I'm Mad Murrigan, and here's a horse that can smash Gallop on the Champs in this year's Gold Cup. I bet this has got your juices flowing. Right, let's get into it. So a very interesting horse after being supplemented for the race is I Know the Way You're Thinking. Now before I get into him and make my case for that, we all believe Gallop on the Champs is the best horse in the race, unproven form for sure. He's been electric in Leopardstown this year and he's won a couple of Gold Cups and many other races. No dispute in that. We're on the same page. But my job as a professional tipster is to try and get odds on shots beat. Gallop on always underperforms at Cheltenham compared to Leopardstown. He wins the Gold Cups, but not as impressive as his runs in Leopardstown. For example, when he beat Jerry Colomb by 19 lengths in Leopardstown, that was an out-of-this-world performance, but the same horse that he smashed in Leopardstown got within 3 lengths of him in a Cheltenham Gold Cup. So I Know the Way You're Thinking is a very kind of clumsy horse. Takes a few runs to get going, so just draw a line through all his form this year. He's a much better horse than he's managed to show, and through this clumsiness and immaturity, and I believe he's a better horse in the spring, the same as last year, he just got going later in the season, because some horses are a little bit slow, you know, a small little bit slow to figure out what to do. The last day in Leopardstown, this horse ran a beautiful race. Unfortunately, he was a little sluggish going to the 4th last. Then he was cruising up to the 2nd last when he made a mistake that cost him 4 or 5 lengths. He then stayed on, finished 4th, beaten about 6.5, 7 lengths. Now, I believe if someone says, how can he find them 6 or 7 lengths? Well, I can already find 3 or 4 of them at the 2nd last where he made the mistake. And he's just a little bit indifferent at his fences. So the jockey who rides this horse is going to need to get it right. So here's my case. I believe I Know the Way You're Thinking is going to be a 10 lengths better horse than we saw in Leopardstown, and I believe Gallop on the Champs is going to be 2 or 3 lengths below the horse we've seen all year in Leopardstown. If that is the case, it brings them much closer together. Now here's what I'm telling you. If I Know the Way You're Thinking can jump around adequate in the Gold Cup with no howlers of mistakes, if he can get a smooth trip in the Gold Cup and if the jockey doesn't interfere with him, gets him to jump without making any howler, if I Know the Way You're Thinking travels down the hill with Gallop on, and if they turn in together with no excuses for either, mark my words, I Know the Way You're Thinking will destroy him going up the hill. Mad Murrigan's the name. Finding value winners is the game. Best price 8 to 1. Get on, I Know the Way You're Thinking, because if he gets a clean shot at this Gold Cup, he will destroy Gallop on the Champs in the last 2 furlongs of this race. Good luck and thanks.